What's going on, everybody? My name is Lone Wolf 2864, and welcome to the Battlefield 4 CTE. That's right, finally able to show some of this footage off. Been wanting to do this for a while, and happy to finally be able to do so. DICE released a new terms of service for the community test environment today. Basically, it removed the NDA, and we can disclose pretty much anything now as far as footage, clips, pictures, live streaming, you name it. Just about anything goes now. So look for a lot more footage from the CTE on this channel here in the coming few weeks. And hopefully, it won't be too much longer. We'll have all these awesome new features in the base retail game. But what the footage you're seeing here is the new game mode, Obliteration Small, or I think it's referred to as competitive obliteration. It's basically they've shrunk the map size for obliteration down, put the MCOM placements a lot closer together, and the big kicker is it's 5v5, so 10-man obliteration. And going into it, I really didn't have a whole lot of hope for this game mode. I'm not real big on the real small, tight-knit, competitive modes, but the little bit I've played so far, it's actually really fun. It has a lot of promise to it. I could see this game really taking off if they narrow down some of the kinks, work it out a little bit, and I really could see this game mode take off. But there are still a few things that are going to have to be worked out. One of which you'll see here. This is probably the main issue that I have with this game mode, and the main issue that most people have experienced so far, and that is the glitch or issue with trying to plant the bomb on the MCOM here. You'll see this guy, it beeps as if he's planted it, but he still has the bomb. What the issue seems to be is that the timer, as far as how long you have to hold E to plant the bomb, is really off visually. So you'll see the meter fill up on your screen as if it's been planted, but what you want to do is just continue to hold E down past that point, and eventually it will plant it. So it just seems that the amount of time that it takes to plant is longer than what the visual and audio cue of the meter shows. So I think once that's the biggest thing they need to work out, from what I can tell. And I think that after that's nailed down, it'll be a lot of fun to play around in. And like I said, it's 5v5, so it's really a more competitive based game. I know that's a bit laughable to say in Battlefield 4, but with the current netcode improvements that they've already made, and I'm sure they've got some other things lined up in the future, I hope anyway that we could see more of a competitive scene pick up in this game, and I wouldn't mind trying out some of that myself. So but back onto the topic at hand here, and that is the CTE. There was actually a fourth patch released for the CTE today. And just to go over basically what they've done so far, there's been 4 total patches, as I mentioned. The first 2 were really just to kind of narrow down and work out some of the netcode, the big netcode issues. Of course, like I mentioned in my last video, the second patch really was the kicker, or the biggest improvement so far that I've been able to tell, and that was increasing the tick rate from 10 Hertz to 30 Hertz. So that it updates 30 times a second as opposed to 10 times a second, and from what I can tell, that's made the biggest difference. Just a huge difference, and made it a lot more playable, a lot tighter, and a lot more stable. The third patch was released a few days back. The biggest note, I guess, on that was there's a file or a setting called frame history time. And basically what this does is, from the little bit of a detail that DICE mentioned, it's a value that's determined how much slack, quote unquote, slack the server allows a client with packet loss to have. They lowered that from 1.5 seconds down to 1 second to match the 30 Hertz server send frequency, and I guess what they were hoping for was to see less deaths behind cover. Oh, but I did forget to mention, check this clip out here. As I mentioned earlier, there's been an issue with arming and disarming the MCOM with the time that it takes, but check this out. I don't know if everybody experienced this or not, but this one MCOM here on Operation Locker, I could not get the plant sequence to start. I've tried behind it, on top of it, every side. I don't know what was going on there. So fortunately, we were just able to move on over and plant on the B objective and take that out. But what was weird is later on in the round, though, one of my teammates was actually able to plant the bomb fine. So I don't know what was going on there. It was bugged out for some reason, and I wasn't able to plant at all. But back to the patch. I have played several times since the third patch was released, and I can't say that I've noticed any kind of big difference with the kills behind cover. I did notice that it kind of got a little bit better with the second patch that was released, but as far as the third patch, I haven't really noticed anything other than maybe it's just me, but it feels like that it may have taken a step backwards, actually, as far as the hit registration and the overall netcode. But again, like I said, it may just be me as far as that goes. But now the fourth patch that was released earlier today, they added a kill switch to the high frequency netcode setting, basically the 30 hertz tick rate setting, and this appears to be a server side setting. And what it essentially does is it has a built-in kill switch to disable that 30 hertz tick rate if the server's performance goes below a certain limit. So it's being a server-side setting, it sounds like that's going to basically be for everybody on the server. So it wouldn't be, there shouldn't be any issues with somebody having an advantage, you know, with a higher tick rate versus somebody who's performing, whose computer's performing low. This seems to be server-side, so that kind of rests my case there. But also, really nothing big to note besides that. There's been some tweaks to the third person. They added a third person rear camera to the jets. I haven't actually checked that out yet, as well as a slider to adjust the third person field of view in the vehicles. And that's pretty much everything of note in that patch. Now this right here, I want to get your opinion. This is a game mode I want to call was it worth or not worth? So here we are attacking the C objective when you know, you get a guy, take a couple of guys down, and then suddenly level cap gets the jump on you and takes you out. But then you realize in the kill cam that he suffers a major heart attack trying to vault over this desk. So you got a clear shot here to do the deed on his soulless body, but then you're quickly taken down. But that's totally worth. I think you'd agree. That's totally worth. But have no fear though. Quickly get a respawn in, drop down. The building comes down, but we get our revenge here. So that's totally worth. Nothing to worry about there. But all joking aside, these next few clips I thought were particularly good to show off the overall hit registration and netcode improvements, and why I'm loving the new test environment. And just drop down, get in the hole, man. God, it's so frustrating. Oh, and if you're wondering why Mr. Get Her Done up there at the top is 22-2, me and him actually got in the chopper to start the round off and went ham on some people before our own transport ran us over. Oh, the fadeaway! And he connects! Oh, man. I think that was the gunner, though, because I only got one. But, hey, I'll take whatever I can get. But, yeah, just... You'll notice here, there's several clips here where, even at this distance with the acw-r, and I mean, this is basically stock here. I think I've got like an ergo grip on it or something, because unfortunately your in-game or retail unlocks do not transfer over to the CTE. Kind of bummer there, but one good thing is the CTE is running with a 3 times score increase. So basically, whatever your normal score per minute or score would be, it's increased 3 times, so you rank up, I mean, just no time. I mean, I think I'm already like a level 80 something just within like 4 or 5 days. And there he is again, level cap. What were you doing hiding in the van, man? Come on now. And here's the boat off in the distance, taking her time, lining this shot up, being real careful, and there's the payoff right there. 3-piece. That's why you take your time, make sure you get it lined up, and reap the benefits. And then I found myself just backed up in the corner here, hiding behind some rubble, trying to survive, and there was rockets, nades, slams, airburst, everything flying at me. Somehow I survived and was able to take a few people out with me, but I was just trying to stay as still as possible, you know, still like a bush, hiding like a tree, whatever. Luckily, Frank the Tank rolled up here and distracted some of these guys, and was able to clean them up. I don't know what that guy was doing. lost one of my teammates there, but I got his buddy and almost got the 2-piece, but it was a little bit too much there, even with the new netcode. Thought about pulling the rocket out on this guy, but let my teammate clear him up. And there's always a nice sign when your teammate spawns and throws you a med pack without even asking. That's always good. But anyway, I'm extremely tired, guys. I'm sure this commentary's gone to a really goofy stage, and I really don't know what all is going on right now. So I'm going to wrap this thing up. But like I said earlier, be on the lookout for some more CTE gameplay coming up here soon now that we're able to post that. Really enjoying this. I'd like to know what you guys think of the CTE. If you're involved in it, jump on the servers, man. I'd love to play with some of you guys. But anyway, if you like this video, let me know down in the comments. Give it a like. That really helped me out. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If not, that's okay too. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. But anyway, hope you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks.